What I learned playing this expansion so far is all elves are probably drug addicts, whether it's Arkwine, Fel, magic in general, and Sunwell or Nightwell energy.
Drugs are bad, okay?
I learned quite a bit about the various tribes of trolls in Azeroth and learned even more about the Blood Elves. Actually, I was exposed to more lore about these two races I never play than I care for. Even though I actually read the quest text in WoW, I read it as quickly as possible. There were highlights and lowlights in the storytelling elements and lore, but overall, they were actually somewhat compelling. Summoning the Loa with the Amani were highlights, very cool and satisfying. Helping Zul'Jara, the granddaughter of the legendary Amani troll chieftain Zul'jin, become the leader and champion her people need to fight the Twilight's Blade cultists, and Void was also enjoyable. There are lots of Easter eggs, references, and homages to the game's history, including breaking the fourth wall, and some clever humor. There's a quest where you are tasked with killing the fallen raiders of Zul'Aman, including their raid leader, and upon death, they are blaming the healers. That made me chuckle. Have you visited the Arcantina yet?
Play that same song! Alright, same song, here we go!
No, not that cantina. The Arcantina set up by the Kirin Tor Magi. Let's just say the Sons of Lothar are known on a first-name basis here. This is a super comfy, cozy, evergreen kind of hub, if you will. You can acquire decor for the Arcantina, as well as your own house with quests. It provided a nice mental break and certainly lightened the mood. See what I did there? Let's dive deeper into this expansion's offerings with the next couple chapters in this video. I had absolutely no problem leveling from 80 to 90. I did most if not all of the side quests just in Eversong and Zul'Aman, plus the main campaigns for those zones. Sprinkle in only 2 to 3 dungeons and a handful of tier 1 delves with their corresponding quests respectively. I reached 90 with Erator's storyline still to complete. With all the random loot you can see on your minimap, some of which adds reputation, and the abundance of quests, getting enough renown was also not a problem. Overall, the 10 levels to 90 were quick and painless. Listening to and reading comments pertaining to the last few WoW expansions, I suspect the leveling has been like this for a while now. It certainly is a stark contrast to Classic, which I've been playing for some time. At least with leveling this fast-paced, I don't have fear of missing out for the endgame content since we can just jump right into the level cap action. There is immense urgency and pressure established at the very beginning of the main campaign questline. The Void itself threatens to swallow up all of Azeroth continent by continent, it seems. Xal'atath and the Void have directed an attack at the Sunwell. The first few intro quests, battles, and cinematics illustrate a very dire, desperate, and one-sided battle dominated by the Void. This is occurring while being aided by and fighting alongside heroes like High Exarch Turalyon, Erator his son, Lady Liadrin, Prophet Velen, and others. Deja vu indeed. All of Azeroth is once again threatened and enveloped into a battle as old as time in the light versus the void. Motifs common to the WoW universe like redemption, honor, respect, and grief over loss are all presented here, but served up a little differently as you would expect. The Blood Elves have to earn the respect from the Trolls. The Alliance has to earn the respect from the Blood Elves since Silvermoon is kind of our Dalaran, our home for this expansion. I have a problem though with Turalyon and Erator's relationship. Turalyon is written now as this almost bitter, stubborn old man, and without revealing any spoilers, he discredits Erator at almost every opportunity. That might be realistic for a father and son in these circumstances, but these are heroes and champions we're talking about, not just some scrubs. I'm experiencing more input lag than I ever had in retail WoW, and I tried every input lag specific setting as well as other settings to no avail. I also witnessed multiple bugs and glitches while in the open world and in dungeons. There is a bugged NPC which is your target for a quest turn-in, and the NPC is missing even after a relog, reload, and after abandoning the quest and picking it up again. This quest is in Zul'Aman and called Healing Homeward. I logged out and took a break for an hour, and she finally showed up in the correct spot. Everyone else around me had the same issue though. I had my chi points go missing from under my portrait in dungeons, which was frustrating. My transmog keeps glitching out and not properly displaying my staff. These are just minor things so far, but any more and it starts to add up and factor into my desire to stop playing. I believe most players will judge this expansion by the end game, which is obvious, and which is how you should judge an expansion for a game as old as WoW. End game meaning the progression systems, raids, daily, weekly activities, and how good are the dungeons for Mythic Plus runs. The prey system is promising and adds to the various styles of gameplay available in WoW already. Of course, I remember hunting bounties in Star Wars Galaxies, so this activity is exciting for me. You are the bounty hunter who picks a target to eliminate in the midnight zones. However, the hunter becomes the hunted, as the target will be after you as well. The exact location of your target is not revealed. Instead, doing various activities in the midnight zones, like world quests, slaying elites, finding treasures, killing anguished mobs, and investigating clues will advance the hunt. In WoW Midnight, your bounty can ambush you while questing or even in combat. It's a twist. There are normal, hard, and nightmare difficulty levels of prey, making this challenging for every skill level. There are rewards aplenty as well, including Great Vault progress, hero level gear, mounts, cosmetics, and transmog sets. You can satisfy multiple hunts each week, which can spice up the more routine endgame content. I am unfamiliar with the loot systems from previous expansions since I only played the first half of Legion, then real life caught up to me. What I have learned so far is Valor Stones are gone, and all levels of gear have 6 ranks to upgrade through using gold and crests. Self-explanatory and simple enough for me, it seems. All things considered, I am excited to learn the fate of our beloved Azeroth and her heroes in this expansion, as well as quest, grind, and raid my way through the content like I did 10 years ago in Legion. If you're looking for a rating or grade I have for Midnight, I give Midnight a patented IGN 7 out of 10. Just kidding. I give Midnight a B-. It might be worthy of a higher grade, but I cannot reward the whole Hearthsteel currency and paying real money for cosmetic pixels I only see in my house. And how often will I even see my house? How often will other players even see my house? I could spend hours covering Microtransactivision's many sins in multiple videos, but that's another story for another time. Hope you enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.